Hello, welcome to another global overview of what's happening in the world from Big Ocean Women. I'm here with Carolina Allen, who's Executive Director for Big Ocean Women, and my name's Margot. And we wanted to finish up this last segment that hopefully will inspire you to not be discouraged with all the other things that we've told you about, but be empowered by the tenets and the information that Big Ocean Women offers. So Carolina, I'm going back over to you. Review with us Big Ocean Women's mission, their model, and how they can be a solution for women around the world.
Thank you, Margot. So we went through a series of the importance of language. I'd say that that's one of the very first places that Big Ocean Women has a real impact, is that we're preserving language. And we have 12 tenets that we review every month with all of our global sisters around the world, where we are tethered to very core ideas and principles.
Like what? Give us a couple examples.
That we are women of faith, that we believe in God, and we are women of faith. Women of faith make up a majority of the women of the world, 83%. And so that's a big chunk of our identity. Another one is that we appreciate fathers and
the irreplaceable
role of fathers, and we build interdependent relationships with men. So we're a feminism that invites men to join us. Not in any antagonistic way. We know that men not only are part of the solution, but they're a part of what makes the world a beautiful, wonderful place.
A
secure place.
Yeah.
And also we believe in the power of families. We also are organized in WAVE chapters, and as you mentioned earlier, WAVE is an acronym. It stands for Women Achieving Vast Empowerment. And so women gather together in local groups, and they don't just get to talk about what's wrong with the world. We get to come up with creative solutions to these global issues. That a lot of times we hear in places like the United Nations that we have the solutions need to look this way, and we need to strengthen these really big Goliath institutions. But what Big Ocean Women is saying is that the solutions are endless, and it all depends on each local chapter.
And they reside within us individually.
Yes.
Once we understand our worth and our ability to make those choices.
Yeah. So the way that things are solved don't need to be prescribed. Each woman has the freedom to join together, to exercise their free will, and to be the solution to a lot of global issues. And so another thing that we talk a lot about is building natural systems. So we just talked a lot about artificial systems, systems that are very mechanical, like the UN systems that are very top-down. Big Ocean Women, we believe in the bottom-up. Just like you would see the regeneration of the earth, we're talking, at the end, we talk a lot about climate crisis and that our world is falling apart. But in reality, I love to homestead. I know a lot about planting and agriculture and animal husbandry. And you learn that if you just take some time to really invest in the soil, the earth is regenerative. And this very same thing happens for humanity. If you just invest in building the soil of humanity, which is the family unit, and women, as nurturers and innate mothers, then you build that microbiome, below the surface that actually nourishes the rest of society. And so when you can build on those natural systems, then you really can transform and change the world for a better place. Also, we hear a lot about broad safety nets, financial safety nets, and these other big kind of mechanical safety nets that the UN really promotes. At Big Ocean Women, we like to talk a lot about the community as being a very organic system. So we encourage everyone to nurture your faith, nurture your identity as, a real, change maker in humanity, in this human family, and then nurture your own family, and then build out your communities of care in your neighborhoods, in whatever communities you belong. Strengthen those natural organic systems, and we can really start seeing some awesome things.
One thing we haven't talked about that I think is so critical in problem solving is maternal economy. Talk about that, because women are problem solvers and they can help each other through just their own gifts and talents.
So the maternal economy is exactly that. It's a natural system. It's a way that we give our gifts freely. And it's something that is very, very powerful, and although it doesn't have a dollar amount attached to it, it's invaluable. And all of these invisible ways that the world moves and changes, women are central to how that operates, and it's through this what we call a maternal economy.
Yeah.
And it just because it's invisible or just because it doesn't have a dollar amount attached doesn't mean it's not important and it's not real. We just need to make it visible. We need to bolster it up and support it by, making a legitimate thing.
So an example of that is, I think it's Uganda, where we've had some powerful opportunities to work with unwed teens who have been expelled from school in their homes. One of the ways their wave leaders gather these young women together and has been educating them, and we've been supporting them at Big Ocean Women by providing education, training in a skill where they could sew or they can make jewelry or that type of thing. And so they could have their babies, they can learn, and they can continue to develop themselves. And then they exchange their products that they're making with each other. It's like one is making bread, so they exchange for clothing or whatever, but they continue to help each other grow so that nobody's impoverished.
Yeah. So there's an exchange economy and a gift economy at play, which is really beautiful.
Yeah. Big Ocean Women is all about empowering women wherever they are and making them feel like they can change their situation and have hope. Big Ocean Women is a place that you all can come and visit, be involved in, either donating your time or donating money or joining a wave. We appreciate you watching this whole series, and if you have any further questions, please go to bigoceanwomen.org.